Hey everybody, Josh Sayertson of World Alternative Media here, and the normalization of RFID implants continues. Recently, Mike Miller, chief executive of the World Olympians Association, announced that it's conceivable that Olympic athletes may soon be microchipped. According to Zero Hedge, the use of microchips in the workplace likely won't be limited to corporate environments. Pretty soon, microchipping might become a common tool for monitoring professional and amateur athletes as sports leagues try to eradicate the use of banned performance-enhancing drugs. Speaking Tuesday to anti-doping leaders at a Westminster forum on integrity in sports, Miller said the Olympic Games should begin microchipping athletes to try and prevent the type of state-sponsored evasion of anti-doping rules purportedly organized by the Russian government ahead of the Winter Games in Sochi. Some people say we shouldn't do this to people, Miller said. Well, we're a nation of dog lovers. We're prepared to chip our dogs and it doesn't seem to harm them, so why aren't we prepared to chip ourselves? The Olympics should act quickly to begin microchipping, Miller said, because a breakthrough in the technology is on the horizon that could allow microchips into a potent tool for cheaters. For example, the chips could be used to determine when levels of banned substances in an athlete's blood have returned to normal levels. What about the invasion of privacy inherent in using microchips? Well, Miller has an answer for that too, noting that sports are a club and people don't have to join if they don't want to. In order to stop doping, we need to chip our athletes where the latest technology is there. Some people say it's an invasion of privacy. Well, sports is a club and people don't have to join the club if they don't want to, if they can't follow the rules, he said. He continues, microchips get over the issue of whether the technology can be manipulated because they have no control over the device. The problem with the current anti-doping system is that all it says is that at a precise moment in time there are no banned substances, but we need a system which says you are illegal substance free at all times, and if there are changes in markers, they will be detected. Now I guess one could say this would be a government-sanctioned microchip considering the subsidization the Olympics receives. So, the excuse is drugs. There's always an excuse. We saw the recent story out of Sweden regarding employees who've been microchipped in order to clock in and out more easily, keep up productivity, and ease the workload, which is, of course, laughable at best. We saw the same with a recent US company which actually had a chip party as they were implanted with the mark of the beast. It's becoming popular among many to implant RFID chips in their hands and elsewhere in order to pay more conveniently. This is simply one giant scheme in order to more easily control the masses. The only convenience is the convenience of the state. This is something that the independent media was talking about back in the 90s and was called, of course, crazy for. Well, here it is, one of the biggest slippery slopes into 1984. Going back to the 1970s as Henry Kissinger met with Mao Zedong, to Zbigniew Brzezinski's Technocratic Trilateral Commission and the power shift towards China, technocracy has been in the playbook for the global establishment for a long time. Whether it be government artificial intelligence, centrally planned digital currency as the IMF moves to implement a world currency through the SDR, or culturally brainwashing the masses to accept the mark of the beast out of quote-unquote convenience, we are seeing the rollout of the technocratic world order on full display at a more rapid rate than ever before. Right now, India has a cashless Aadhaar system which uses retina scans for payments and identification as the free markets are entirely abolished by the authoritarian state. Australia has put forward facial recognition in order to replace the passport. China has made the most alarming switch over to a cashless society as the IMF plans to move to Beijing in the coming years. Sweden is also attempting to implement a cashless system. So it's convenient that the propagation of microchipping is so hot right now. We are already conditioned to present our hand upon paying for something with a debit or Visa card with the tap function. So isn't it interesting that this intrusive moron equates chipping humans with chipping dogs? We truly are living on the animal farm, aren't we? This suggested microchipping of Olympic athletes should send shivers down the spine of anyone who appreciates true individual freedom. This is a chip that would analyze what's in people's blood, then transmit the findings to the authorities in charge. Out of all the Olympic athletes out there, how many are actually on drugs? Probably far less than 50%. Besides, you have to be pretty incredible to win gold medals on drugs. Just saying. This is a fundamental intrusion into basic individual liberties. Yes, athletes can choose to be chipped if they please, but I don't consider this a free market issue considering the amount of subsidization the Olympics gets. In my opinion, this is a state-sponsored trial run in order to normalize this appalling intrusion. So the question is, are we going to continue to fall for this false convenience? Or are we going to deny this clear trickle into future authoritarianism and state enslavement? That answer lies with you. Thanks for watching, everyone. Check the links below. GoFundMe, Patreon. We can't do it without you. Any donation is very much appreciated, especially as we are so vastly demonetized by the Anti-Defamation League on YouTube as they flag all of our content as hate speech. You can also find our Bitcoin address in the description in the comments as well as on the screen for you to scan if you please. You can also find me at @JoshSearson at steemit.com. That's steemit.com, the future of social media, as a dinosaur social media digs its own grave. You get paid in cryptocurrency, Steem that is, on steemit.com via the upvote of your posts, so I hope to see you there. But until next time, this is Josh Searson signing out from World Alternative Media. Find the truth, be the change.